Mm.
Uh,
I Yeah.
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Durgesh, you can start now.
Yes.
Recording has been
So
started.
so thank you for like the being us for this long. We really appreciate your commitment, and we also want to respond with the same commitment. Uh, I was busy the last week with my family members, so I'm still completing the evaluations, but I will complete it by tonight, the one level of completion. So if those who have not shared the folder or the files, then I will ping them in the WhatsApp group and they can share the files till tomorrow. Like if there is any permission issue in seeing the file, then we will evaluate that maybe tomorrow. So, but whatever the file is available to me, I will evaluate today itself. Okay, so let's go to this. So just so my screen is visible, like one evaluation Excel sheet is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah. Yes, yes.
Okay, so just a word of caution. These marks are the relative grading marks. Don't go by the mark here. It is like we both all three mentor discussed. We don't want to push you out of this like the learning phase. Many times we are trained like we will see marks as an absolute thing. So don't go by this mark indicator. So because we are lenient in the marking and like we don't want to like the go many of you out of this thing. So this mark is the relative marking. So let's suppose I have given 12 out of 15. It doesn't mean that it is so good or so bad. Means it is just to indicate you that where you need some improvement. So more than the marks, you should focus on the feedback. That is the point from my side. Like these marks are just the relative marks. Who has done little well, who has done little poor in their explanation or the presentation. So more than the marks, you should see the feedback. All three mentors are going to give you the feedback, like the point to improve. Like we have discussed in the introduction section also, like you should not be a fixed mindset. You should be in the growth mindset where you believe that you can improve on your thing. So I have completed the evaluation for BioNLP 1.17 paper. I have read it multiple time, and so the people have got it like the good understanding of the like the I will go through the these two inputs, and then there is some lot of similarity in the input, like the feedback, so others can will be also benefited by it. So each area has that its typical need and the something is common. So here for the intern, WinBioCB 220_060 Ramya Krishna. So Ramya Krishna is present in the meeting today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will just go through your uh, this. So this Yeah. So your strong point is that you had presented a good understanding of the workflow and the central contribution of the paper. Your pictorial representation is of the key concept is really nice. Future scope or future improvement of the work is partially present. So next, what you need to improve, you should analyze the data set and the result with critical mindset. So what I mean by the analysis of the data set and the result, what does ML model do? ML or deep learning model do? It tries to map between the input and output, right? You had a certain set of input. It automatically, with the help of the labeled or unlabeled data sets, it tries to find the relationship between input and the output. So you have to critically analyze the data set. Is there some peculiar or the important feature in the data sets? Like what is the pattern of the input data? So here I mean that you have the three kind of the name entities that is responsible for the cancer immunology, like the cytokines and the just a second, cytokines, and then what was the other? T cells,
And transcription factor.
yeah, T cells, transcription factors, and one more thing was the cytokines. So yeah, T cell, cytokine, and transcription factor. So you should see like the examples of those from the different sources. Is there any way can you like find like any similarity? Like, is there any similarity like the similar in the character, or it starts with certain thing, it has a particular character sequence, so or it has a particular word preceding it or after it. So this way, can you see any pattern there? You got it what I mean by it?
Yeah, sir.
So like you need to see the inputs data set with a critical mindset, like what are the pattern in the input data? Are some data noisy? So can we remove some data? Also, and what is the pattern in the result? Like the what kind of input data is producing the correct result? What kind of input data is producing the wrong result? So like what pattern of the input data cause the result to be right or wrong? Can you add further the explainability factor to the models? Like cancer kind of research, no, for biomedical, it will be the sensible thing. So explainable AI is the new thing. So why this thing? This will include like with the same recipe, can you make something more creative? So these are the points which will help you to add on the creativity to existing research. It is the research, like the on the existing research, you add the knowledge. Okay, so using these things, you can really think on the what are the future improvement you can do over this, over the existing results. So you have to think in the direction. Can you explain the model behavior somehow? Like why model is giving certain or this kind of input or output for particular input? Can you incall like the pioneer in the AI and the deep learning more scientists, they are thinking, can we make deep learning and ML model more like human intelligence? Like human doesn't need the knowledge in terms of the examples in lakhs or millions, right? We can learn with the 10 example, 100 examples. We can reason very well. Like if a human has to learn something, he can learn with the less number of example. He can create a more interpretable and more good like the knowledge, like why certain thing is mapped to this. So can we incorporate that factor in the ML or deep learning model? Can we explain the result, like which feature is causing what result, or what is the part of the model that is causing this? Can we check whether there is any bias in your model? Like if model sees this, then this interpret, like if suppose a bank is there, bank word is there, bank word can be both a entity related to the financial entity as well as the river bank. So is the model biased that whenever it sees bank, it will tag in a particular name entity? So there was a one of the uh, uh, famous bias, in the social media, some content is automatically censored based on the, like if it is not according to the particular platform guidelines or standard, right? You might be aware of this. Like there is a automatic censoring in the Twitter, in the Facebook, or all the social media model. So if we don't have the like in that case, like there was a particular bias in one of the platform that for the black people, it was censoring it as a uh, uh, not good content. So there was a biasness in the models due to the number of examples or the type of example present. It was not the human factor, it was the biasness of the algorithm or the examples. So can you recognize any bias in your model? So you need to do the hands-on playing with the models, data sets, results, evaluation metrics. format of the paper summary, like the paper summary report is not proper. Figure should have labels. Result table is taken from the paper, so the citation is needed. More thought on the content, of and the future work side need to be there. How can we improve this work? What extra things can we add in the features, model or pre-processing stage to improve the results or analysis? Color contrast between background and font color can be improved in the presentation slide. So these are the input for you, Ramya Krishna. So anything you want to tell or any clarity you want in this feedback, you can tell, you can raise your hand and then we can clarify your doubts.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your points, and I will sure improve my skills in this, and I'll work on this, sir.
Okay. So second, Amisha, are you present here? I think Amisa is not present. Yes.
Let me check here whether she is present or not.
The name is not here.
Then probably she is not.
But she has submitted the two versions. One is the revised version. So I will just go through those inputs. It might be the relevant to the other people also.
Yeah, sure.
So, and she has improved on the previous thing. So she has a good pictorial explanation of fundamental problem of the paper, like biomedical named entity. So she has given very nice representation like this. So this diagram, she has given a very nice pictorial representation. What is the crux of the problem? In a single slide, like that, tagging people, places, product, and organization. This is name entity recognition, and we need to tag this kind of cancer related terminology like T cell, cytokine, and TF entities. So after that, she had explored the different databases which this paper has used. She has taken the time to explore those databases, like given the screenshot of those databases. So these are the two strong points what she has done, she has done the exploration of available bio-named entity dataset that is mentioned in the paper. Content of page 6 of the PPT knowledge based versus dictionary based annotation of tag dataset is good, but presentation need to be improved here. Like this slide content is good, but presentation is like the somewhat not put properly. So presentation, it can be improved. And the key model, what is the crux of the model? This is also nicely presented here. Okay, so and the study outcome. So in very summarized way, in the 9 slides, he has explained a lot of thing, and much of the thing in the PPT is in form of the graphical thing. So pictorial thing. So it is easy to get most of the thing in very less time. So, but what improvement? Like similarly, she has analyzed the data set source, but the exact input data used in the results, she has to analyze more. She has to analyze the results in the data, and she has to, similar to the previous feedback, like she has to find the pattern of the input data causing the results to be right or wrong. She could explore whether she can add explainable AI factor, modeling behaviors, incorporating the human intelligence, explain the results, which feature is causing what. Hands-on playing with the models, dataset, and results evaluation metric is required. How can we improve this future work? What extra thing we can add in the feature and the models? So these are the things. And apart from that, I have also evaluated like the intern Opello Pejeshu Olby. So I think these three people will qualify for this corresponding to BioNLP 1.17. These three all will be qualifying for the next round, and remaining I will continue to check for this intern ID Opello Peseju. She lacks the graphical representation in the PPT and the report, but her report is very nice in proper format. Also, the report of the Amisha is in proper format. So only thing is in the Opello case, she has not put any figure or the graphical representation. So these things are common to that, and for this in the most of the genomics and the bioNLP domain, there will be the modeling involved. So next task, there are the 4 subtasks for your next week task. So you have to, and instead of the video based presentation, I was thinking, can we take the video based presentation where you need to prepare a short video and upload it on your YouTube personal channel, make your own playlist like WinBioCB internship submission and their week 1, week 2, and upload this video and share the link in the Google form. Is it a good idea, Karan?
Yeah,
Karan?
it's excellent. Yeah,
I think so. Yes,
I
yes.
yeah, I totally agree with this.
So
So
it will be
because
with
with
them
that,
also.
yep, yes. It will be with them, and also if they are not comfortable, like if they are not very handy with that, they can share the video with us. We can upload that in our WinBioCV channel and
Yeah.
tag them. That is what I was also thinking, that collecting the top 3 presentation from all 3 domain, and then we will be posting that onto our channel.
So it will be
WinBioCV.
it will improve their also social visibility. If
Yes,
they
yes.
post on their
Always.
first priority, that you post on your personal channel, and from that we will
Yes.
share the top 3 videos in our channel or reshare. So it will
Yes.
increase your social visibility that you are working in this and so on. So it will benefit your social network.
Yeah, social network also, and then if you are if you are going for an personal interview
Yeah.
in some faculty position also, there also you can show that channel
Not
to
only your
like
faculty position, even for your job,
and
no,
yeah,
if you can like the give this hyperlink like the for this project,
yes,
this
yes,
is these are the videos, these are the your source code, this is the report file.
yes, that will be visible to large people, like
Yeah.
large collection of group of people. So it will definitely help all the interns. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
for
I
my
totally.
models, you need to understand the evaluation matrix. This is the one of the key thing. This is very simple thing. You will get Wikipedia, lot of good blogs, but you need to get hold of this. So whatever the paper, it is common to all. For bioNLP and the genomics people, I think there will be at least 1 or 2 evaluation metrics used in their paper. So whatever the evaluation metrics used in your paper, you need to understand that term, and with example, you need to present it in 2 to 5 minutes. We cannot exceed 2 to 5 minutes like the. It is a simple concept evaluation matrix. So I think 5 minutes is sufficient. You should be able to make it. And within video, it is up to you. You want to present your face or not. But if you present along with the PPT, it will be more like the good for the audience.
Yes,
Like
yes,
if you have the ready content in the PPT, it will be good, and it will also improve your presentation skills.
yes,
So second thing, you should present your model that is used in your paper in 5 to 10 minutes in the video format with the PPT. Third thing is the presenting of the code, because we are not extending the different work. We are extending the same work with the different depth. So I am giving this task like I have said, no, at least 3 to 4 pass. So now you are working for the third pass, where you are recreating the whole content. You are matching your thinking frequency with the frequency of the people who has written the paper. Okay, so second subtask is that you have to present your models used in your paper in 5 to 10 minutes. You can refer any blogs. You can take my help. I will give you some reference if you are facing issues in finding the proper reference. Third thing, you have to present the code used in the paper if source code is available in 5 to 10 minutes with your GitHub source code. With the like the your whatever the code you are presenting, it should be available again in your GitHub profile with the public library, like the public repo. And if the source code is not available, present your own code for the paper using standard machine learning library like the sklearn, gensim, or the deep learning library PyTorch, TensorFlow, and share your GitHub repo link for the same. And if you cannot create your complete code, even the partial part code will do. And this library, you have to write very less line to create the code, like the code for your complete paper also, because lot of the like the support given in this library is there. So if we want your like, can you adopt the coding part? We want to test this. We don't want to test like, can you complete within 1 week? We just want to test how handy you can become with this part. Fourth, the final thing, you have to present your improved understanding of the paper with the PPT in 10 minutes. So can I expect this fourth subtask in 1 week? Because fourth task is the same, and these three tasks is on the same paper with the improved depth content. So you will evaluation metrics. It will hardly take 1 day maximum, means to understand, to present, to make a video. These two, even you take 2 or 3 days each, or you take the 6 days also, you parallelly work on the both thing, then I think 1 week is sufficient to complete this task. So what is any like the interns, those who are applied for the uh, this bio NLP and the genomics, do they have like the any objections in 1 week time for this? Because this will help you. Without the deadline or the strict deadline, you will not push yourself. And after that, after you submit this task, we are going to finalize the project. We will start the project and it will be related to the paper that you are working on. So please share your
Okay,
inputs.
so if yes, the in like the interns who have opted for BioNLP, they can unmute them, they can raise their hands, and they
BioNLP and
can,
genomics.
yeah,
BioNLP
BioNLP
and
and
genomics. Yes.
yeah, domain one.
Yeah.
So if there is someone, they can raise their hand and clarify your doubts. Uh, this particular thing, the task that have been designed by Durgesh Bhaiya in this week for you, it will be helpful for you when you are carrying forward the work in your genomics and bioNLP work, because this area is very new to you. So if you have hands-on practice on that, so it will help you in your later internship period. So that is why we have given 1 week for bioNLP course, this domain, so that you have the hands-on on it. Okay, so you can unmute yourself and ask queries if you have anything. Anyone? Okay, so if there is no query, then what we can do, like Durgesh Bhaiya will share this new task document
Excuse me,
in
sir.
the,
Sir,
Yeah.
yes.
sir, can you please increase the time duration, because I don't think like just basic understanding of time, and I'm still like LL and NL, so it would take a little bit more time than a week to understand all these concepts and to write code in these things, in these areas.
Okay. So one thing I want to explain here, like if you see the one, I can guarantee you that first will not take more than 1 day. Means even if you like the do with very slow, very new, First is not take one more than 1 day. Fourth is already just to improve your understanding of what you have already done. Second and third is going to take some time, but like not like the not more than time. And we don't expect like you come with the perfect version. We are little bit stressing you just so that you also stretch yourself. Like here, we don't expect you to write the code completely. Most of the paper has the source code already present. And if the source code is not present, you have to create somewhat the source code is there. So we are not like it is not like that. We will evaluate based on your progress. So this already you have this Friday, Saturday. So you will have the extension till Friday night. Is that okay? I'm extending 2 more days. Today is the Thursday, right? So
Yes.
we will have the submission till Friday night. Is that fine? Because you have this Saturday, Sunday, long weekend.
Okay, and we just have to present a proof of concept, not the entire program. Like it doesn't have to be a full-fledged application, just a proof
So
of
if the
concept that
code is
by
already
using.
present, if the code is already present, then you have to present the key phase, or you have to show how you executed and what are the things, what you understand from the code. I want to see your understanding of the code. If the code is not given, can you like the make a bit of the code with the existing library?
Okay,
Like
sir.
the part of the code, can you think in the creating of this code, recreating the code, like recreation of this code with the existing library? And this library will not exceed, like the most of the time they will be using BiLSTM, BERT and this. So there are enough blocks to support that understanding along with the coding, and hardly they will contain 8 to 10 lines. For key code will be less than 8 to 10 lines. So it is will be that easy. Yeah, I agree with your point also that this coding domain or these libraries might be new, but still it will have the 7 days, right? So even if you work for 1 or 2 days, you will be able to complete these 2 tasks. And we don't expect that if you don't present exact result given in the paper, will throw out of you out of the internship. But we want to like the see how much effort you have put in. So it should
Okay,
not be
sir.
taken leniently, as well as you should not be disheartened that you can't complete in 7 days. See, you have only the short internship of 3 months, and we have a plan. We all have a plan to communicate this to any proceedings or a journal. So until unless you start your coding now, you will be in the same state throughout the 1 month or 2 months or the 3 months phase. So you will face difficulty, then you will learn. Like if you are not getting something, we will support you with the doubts in the appropriate channel like the WhatsApp group and the Slack. And when you are faced the difficulty, then only your knowledge will grow. You will learn like there will be more learning. By
Okay, sir.
difficulty, I mean that the skills that you don't have now. So for that, you will improve with the appropriate effort and the time. So we'll keep this till the Friday night. Submission of this till the Friday night. Coming Friday night.
Sumit has raised his hand. Yeah, Sumit, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, to ask, like
Yes.
paper which we presented in the last, will the same paper
Sumit,
be?
can you be a little louder?
Hello.
Yeah, better.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask if the paper which was used in the last task is the same paper we are going to use, or another paper will be assigned to us for this particular task.
You are like that. No,
Yes.
this is for same paper that you have used
Yeah.
like the submission. Submitted for the bio-NLP and the genomics domain, whatever the paper report and the PPT you have submitted. So all the subtasks are based on the same paper.
Okay, okay. We have to use the
Mansi,
same
you can
paper
go
for
ahead.
this, but
No, he's telling still something. Sumit is
Yeah,
telling.
Sumit.
we have to use the same paper, right? For this
Yes,
one too.
yes.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
That's why we are giving 1 week time. No, like you don't have to completely like this is like you can take it as a third pass reading of the same paper. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that you understand the same paper in depth.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Mansi, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. So currently, in from task one, I have choose the paper from Bio NLP and the poll that you have created on the Slack. So on that, I have chose for final project genome scale metabolic models. So is there any problem in choosing that in spite of Bio NLP domain?
I don't think there is any such problem, but because you have not gone through the genomic skill metabolic modeling paper, may I ask you whether you have the experience in this area?
Yes, sir. So currently, I am doing MTech, so I have some knowledge in bio in genomics and all.
So genomics you have, but genomic scale metabolic model, have you worked on this area or you have gone through the papers? Like for the first, like for this task, you have selected the BioNLP and genomic comparative genomics, right?
Yes, sir. So previously, like some of the papers are downloaded. So from that, I have selected the paper from Bio NLP. But later on, some more papers are got indulged in that Google Doc. So that's why I got confused.
Okay, so you want to move for the computational, like genomic scale metabolic modeling.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I don't have any such issue in that, but
So
whether like
actually,
I
I have
have a, yeah, yes,
yes,
yes.
sir. Yes, sir. So I have polled also on the Slack that you have created before.
I saw that actually. Yeah, I saw that in the poll. But like my concern is whether you will be able to grasp the thing that like because the interns who have selected the genomic scale metabolic modeling, they have read the papers because most of the papers were review paper. So that the thing that I shared was just to have the like so the intern have this knowledge of about what genomical modeling is doing and how this is being recreated. So whether I have a doubt whether you will be able to catch up with that because you have not read the paper, right?
Basically, what Karan is trying to suggest is that we don't have any specific issue. Only our concern is that we have evaluated in you in a particular domain. So we have given you feedback. Some feedback are generalized for the research methodology. Some feedback are specific to that domain. Like for my domain, some knowledge about the field is required. For his domain, some knowledge about his field, typical terminology, and all those things are required. So up in these 2 to 3 weeks, those in turn got a particular input. They have worked on that. So would you able to pace up you or like the match those things in the 1 week because we cannot give you 3 weeks to match up those frequency.
So, sir, if I choose that for the final project, so in this week also, uh, I have to choose the paper from that domain only, like from genomics scale.
No, actually, right now only BioNLP thing will like will be going on like another submission will be going on because he like Durgesh Bhaiya wants some more output from the interns so that they have this knowledge of writing the code because this area is pretty much new. But other than that, like dynamics, molecular dynamics, and genomics mathematical modeling are not much new to you all of you because you have studied the biological terms like cell biology, proteomics, genomics. You might have gone through those terms, but
Yes,
like
sir.
BioNLP is a very new area. That is why Durgesh Bhaiya wants the interns to have the knowledge and hands-on working experience in that area That is why he wants
So
some more tasks.
not the experience, at
Yeah,
least I want that you should be
yeah,
comfortable in working and the learning. Like
yes,
these libraries are so good that
good.
within
Yeah,
4 to 5 lines you will get from the total result, like starting from the building model to the result. But are you like the comfortable to write or understand those 8 to 10 lines?
yes, yes.
It
So,
is not that I want prior experience. I just want that can you adopt to that environment? Because most of this will be the modeling part,
yeah,
mathematical modeling and coding part, little bit of coding. So it is not like that you should be expertise in the coding. This code, any like people from any background can do, but they should be able to like the be okay with the coding environment. Because the Python syntax are almost like English syntax. If you read Python code, it will be almost like you are writing English, but like there should not be like the any prejudice or like the non-comfortable with the coding part. And sometimes na coding add your understanding. Like if you are getting a model na, and if you understand or experiment with the model code, it will make your understanding about the model more clarity. Like one person has asked like the no in BiLSTM whether each input is a 50 dimension or 100 dimension. So when she will code that part, no, this will give a more clarity. So like that.
Okay,
So
sir.
I think I was just explaining what was the requirement from our area, and regarding the choosing from the why, like we have discussed from the beginning, like we have set up this whole internship in such a way that you are learning the similar thing and similar thing you are working for the project. So that
yeah,
you are, we
yes,
don't want like the,
Okay,
we
sir.
are not
Okay.
looking for only the expertise. So
Okay,
it
sir.
is up to you. You can switch the project, but the Karan is starting the project right now. So you have to make sure that you will pace up the all the needed thing within a week or whatever the time Karan decides. You will pace up all the requirement within that time frame.
Okay, sir. Okay. So, sir, is it so like I have to also submit that the report and the PPT presentation from that domain?
no, 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 no. You don't have to do that. You like what me and Shivani Didi will do now. Like both of the domain will we will float the project in both of the domain, and then like you will be asked to submit a proposal in a certain time of period. We will give you the hints like the keywords
But
which we
Karan, I have just input here.
yes.
Yeah, it will be slightly biased to the other intern who have produced the inputs, like the who have been evaluated in this field and not evaluating like the changing. So those who are switching like the and if they are not evaluated in the those field for the project, then it will be biased towards other intern.
Like scoring will be like till now whatever like the is evaluation will be done in the your domain itself. If you approve her like she has scored enough mark to pass this stage, then she will be enrolled in this particular because
No,
the
after that, yeah, this is for the going to the next stage, but
yes,
still like the before like the switching to the project, I would rather suggest like the a small test should be made so that like the so that the time is not wasted, like the 3 days or 4 days, some small version of the assignment or some submission should be made so that like the C adopted to your area very well.
okay,
Might be
yeah,
the related to the project only, like what project you are floating, like the
yes,
small thing, but she has to like the do within very short period of time, 3 days to 1 week, so that
sure.
like the C match up the frequency of the other intern
Yes, yes, yes.
in that domain.
Because this project will be in the group.
Hmm.
And also what like Durgesh we have mentioned that there should be like inputs that we receive from you and from all of the interns who assigned that particular project. So basically you give like you select the paper of any review paper and then give a presentation on that. Okay, so that like selection criteria. And also what I would suggest, like when we are allotting the project, so it will be in the group. So basically what you will have, like have the time, like when you are designing a project, like, because it will be in a group, so it will be divided into the each intern, the particular criteria. So during that time also you will read about the particular domain, have the like what you say, like other things about can progress next. Okay, so what you do, you submit, you select any of the genomics metabolic modeling, you read about that paper, and then submit the PPT and the report. Okay, Rep, PPT in form of like recording the video, and we uh, we will be uh, today is 6, right? So you submit by 10.
So, sir, is that mean like I have to submit that again, right? Like the
Yes,
PPT
for
and the
those
report.
people who are
Yes.
changing the area, they have to cross the two submissions. One is the prior area, another is the new area that they are opting, and their timeline will be like not like the extended like the previous timeline. So
Yes.
within the short timeline, they have to submit the two submissions.
Okay, if I may ask that why Mansi is intended to change the domain? Specific reason for that?
Ma'am, actually, I'm not very sure about bioanalytics. Actually, I haven't read prior this field, so that's why I'm planning to. So, but sir is like as I have to submit this PPT and report again, so that's why I'm confusing. Like currently, I'm in MTech, so that's why I just
No, no, I
unable to
understood
do
your
this
point,
again.
but don't you think it's a good opportunity to learn something which is very demanding and which is very new to you in a way, and maybe you will have baby steps in this internship, and then you can progress further. Like since it is new to
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
so that is also in
Yes,
a way
ma'am.
a good opportunity to learn something new.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Up to you, up to you. Just a suggestion, just spare your thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweta, you have raised your hand. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, sir. Actually, Durgesh sir have given the next task. Is it applicable to genomic modeling, that one also, that group also?
No, 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 no. It is specifically related to the bio-NLP and genomics, computational genomics. It is not related to the molecular dynamics and genomics metabolic modeling.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Because in this we didn't do all these things, no? So sir told
yeah,
me
yeah, yeah.
that
I
call them.
understand. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, okay. Any other doubts anyone have? Then Shivani Didi will start giving her feedback from her domain on the submissions. Anyone have doubt till now?
Sir, one more thing. Sir, one
Yes,
more thing.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
go ahead.
Actually, in voting, I did other groups. Actually, majority of the votings are there. So I thought all together they will you will give to the one project in the final. So I have voted to docking and dynamics. Is there any option to change the voting? I mean,
Yes, yes. Yes, no problem. We will again float the because that was just to have the kind of what you say, like the idea how many people are opting for which area.
Yeah,
So
just a preliminary thing.
just a preliminary thing. We will again after this meeting we will again float this voting platform, and then you can again vote your area of interest. Okay, no issue in that side.
for all of us, final project will be one or
No, no,
individual
no.
groups different.
Final project will depend on the different domain and the number of participants are enrolled in particular domain. Like say in genome scale metabolic modeling, there are 12 students. Let us say there are 12 students who are interested in genome scale metabolic modeling. Then it will be divided into four each, four person in one group, and then they will be allocated three projects, three different projects.
So finally,
Okay.
we can able to do any project. I mean, any work on this, sir, like applying the statistics
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
the model.
Yeah, creating a model and then applying, like doing the simulation on that, like the different simulation of like knocking out the genes and then performing whether the there is an enhancement in particular phenotype or the growth, some that kind of study will be done in this project. And in all together, if the three projects are related, so it may lead to one paper or two paper, that is based on the research output that you will generate. But our main goal is to get get hands on it and final production of manuscript in different domain. All three domain will have different projects, and based on the enrolled number of enrolled student, the project number will also vary.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Shivani Didi, is there before that, if somebody have any doubt?
Uh,
Yes, Shivani Didi, please go ahead.
Sir, I had one doubt. Am I
Okay.
audible?
Yeah, Rasi, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I wanted to know that those who submitted their revision yesterday or day before that, the feedback will be shared when? Like, will we receive any feedback?
Yes, yes. Which domain have you submitted?
Bio NLP.
That the everything, like all the evaluation will be done by tonight. By tonight
Okay,
or
okay,
by tomorrow morning. Yes.
okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yes, Shivani Didi, I request you to start your
Yeah,
feedback.
so I will just share my screen. Uh, just a second. So is it visible enough?
Yes, yes, it is
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah, so honestly, I don't want to go individual points for each and every intern, but there are certain points that I wish to explain. One is that everybody has made a very common mistake that in terms of formatting, like firstly in terms of formatting, the text was not justified and people have not included figures. I have in the last meeting itself, I have made it a point and made it very clear and loud that you are supposed to include figures and whatever source or content you want to. Only thing that you need to add proper citations. And to my surprise, even in the second revision also, certain people have not included any citations. So that was one thing. So that needs to be taken care of very meticulously, and that is non-negotiable also. So everybody has to do it, whether it is domain 1, 2, 3, any project or any document for life. So text has to be justified and proper line spacing should be there, which was there in certain of the documents. So that's not a problem, but citation and everything was not clear. So I would like to ask people out here, and it's not just about students, interns from my domain, from any domain, that are you guys handy with any of the reference tool to work with?
Yes.
Is there anybody who doesn't know any particular tool, whether it is Mendeley, um, Zotero, and this one more called, I forget the name right now.
End note.
EndNote, yeah. So everybody is pretty aware of it, or like somebody needs assistance.
Ma'am,
Okay,
I
so
am
I
aware of
presume.
I'm aware
Yeah.
of these softwares, but I have used just for basically like one, two, just trying out for software. I've not used it like regularly.
Okay, okay. No issues, no issues. Once, see, I think out of all of them, Mendeley is pretty easy. So, like every software has its pros and cons. So, I would recommend you to use Mendeley and try to get hands-on with it so that whenever you write a document, it'll be beneficial to you guys. Yeah. And the second point that I realized that text was not legible enough. Even the PPT, like if you can see in Anisha's comments, the PPT was pretty nice and it was well curated and everything, but the text was not legible. See, even if you present things very artistically or even if it is very scientific, you need to make sure that whatever you will present, especially in PPT, because PPT is something you never get to know that what would be the nearest or the maximum distance from your screen to your audience. It's about the document. Document can anyway everybody will read it from a certain distance, which is like normal eye distance. But as far as presentation is concerned, you are generally not aware, and it's generally a room which is like pretty like optimally good, so it has to be in a legible format no matter what information you put, and however you put it should be readable enough. So that was one point of concern from my side. And uh, like in my particular experience, the interns who have opted for MDS, and majority of them have opted for my paper only. So one thing I should appreciate about everybody, and not just my paper, who has worked with the different one, the paper which is about this different structures. Um, I am so everybody has able to make good understanding of the subject. So that is one thing is very appreciative of all of you. So a lot of you have also explained it in a very good manner with good citations and bibliography and everything. And there are certain students who have given me the revised submissions, so I have evaluated all of you accordingly. But unfortunately, there are certain students who have not paid any heed to my inputs, which were very crucial, especially when you are in a very initial phase of learning. So for that reason, mm, I have actually marked 5 students out of the stage 1 as of now. You can see that in the evaluation sheet later. And but I would say that for the first like as part of the first task, everybody, you all of you have presented in a good form, but of course the improvement is highly needed. And I again repeat all the points that I've already repeated initially, that you need to understand that a document is first should first look good and acceptable, when then only the audience will go and will going to go read that document. So that is one thing you need to understand. And as far as presentation is concerned, I understand that all of you had texted me individually also, and on the group and Slack and different channels, emails and everything, that some of you were concerned that the duration was too less and you were not able to incorporate a lot of things. See, presentation, see, summary, in the summary, all of you are supposed to restrict yourself to certain key points or to key paragraphs or to key subheadings, like if I have to explain you that way. But in presentation, you could have done in your way. A lot of people have done that. Even like some of you have presented really, really well. which is really commendable. But only thing is that the way you have created the PPT, like in the majority of the PPT, I could see that people have written long and full sentences, which was not at all acceptable in a PPT. You can include a lot of graphics, you can include a lot of schematics, and you can include pictures from the original paper also. Only thing, you have to give citations for everything, whatever you'll use from the sources. And then somebody has used too much of text, and somebody has used too much of pictures, and they have put all the pictures in the same places. See, my intention to give general comment is not to and not pinpointing somebody individually, because see, evaluation sheet is with you. You can go and read your individual comments any day and any time. But telling you about general comments is that so that you can also improve in your individual areas wherever you have not been able to perform or to get good score. You can always improve. So that is second thing. So make sure you will consider all these points in the upcoming projects, and not just for this internship, but for for the entire life, because you are not learning here certain skill set per se, but you are learning a skill set which is required to conduct and to orient your research in a better way. So that is why like we are here, one of the major intention of this internship. Yeah. So coming to graphical abstract, I have actually shared a lot of key points on the Slack initially, where people were like informed that they have to submit graphical abstract, and they were supposed to give it by 3 days. And I've also shared certain examples. Like for example, I have seen that people have given a graphical abstract which is very big. It is like a full slide thing that they have prepared. See, you need to understand that although graphical abstract tells about the what is there inside the paper. Now, again, it is very variable and it is very dynamic, as the word says, like it's as dynamic as it could be. So it depends on the author, that what he wants to highlight from the graphical abstract. Maybe he wants to highlight a particular result, a particular key finding, or the entire schematic, or the methodology, or certain results, or certain thing that he wants to highlight. In graphical abstract, you cannot take everything and put it together. That makes it very clumsy, and that actually that actually inhibits the total like whatever you're trying to impart to the audience. You should always like graphical abstract is has to be and is very different from the summary, or the workflow of a paper, because in workflow or in summary, you intend to give from certain keywords from methodology, certain from results, and certain from maybe introduction also. So I have seen this thing. For this time I've evaluated, because considering it's a very genuine effort that some few of you have given. Few of you have not even submitted the graphical abstract, so I have evaluated them accordingly. Yeah. So for me, as far as my understanding goes, I feel that graphical abstract should be crisp, nice, and pretty clear. Like whatever information you're trying to put, it should be clear. It cannot be the summary of the paper as it is. So that is third thing that you need to keep in mind. And since I've already evaluated, so I will not be able to consider Sana Begum, Archit Mohan Shukla, Bipu Raksha Das, Katyayani Agarwal, Pragati, and Nafis Raza for the next task. And I had word with the like probably 3 of them. So they said, okay, fine. They were busy with something else, so that's why they couldn't put in so much efforts. So I wish them all the best, and I also said that maybe you can enroll yourself for the upcoming semester wala internship program, because in that way that'll be convenient for them also. So is there anything particularly that any one of you would like to discuss?
Shwanidhi, I'm Pragati, I submitted abstract. So was that not satisfactory enough?
Yeah, it was not satisfactory enough, actually. It was not, it was like the entire thing you have put in. So, for that reason, I think I was not able to give and evaluate good marks for that. And even the, um, what do you say, the document was not good enough. But it's okay. We'll see to it.
Yeah.
If anything
Okay.
can be done, we'll discuss later. Yeah, I can see Joyita and few more people have raised their hands. Yeah,
Good
you can
evening,
unmute
ma'am.
your.
Hello,
Yeah,
Ma'am,
Joyita.
ma'am,
actually, I have submitted my revised task a few days after the intended date, as I had some health issues. So, but I couldn't see my name in the Excel sheet, so I was wondering that.
No. It was
Maybe
there, Katyayani.
no, ma'am, I'm Joyita.
Okay, you're Joyita. Okay, I thought two people are saying. Okay, fine. So Joyita, no, I didn't receive yours, and that's why I've not evaluated yours.
Ma'am, but I submitted it around like 26th of December, I guess. No, ma'am, I have the mail from the Google form
That's okay.
response.
That's okay. If it is, if somehow I didn't get it, so you just mail me. I'll evaluate it tonight itself.
Oh, ma'am, sure, ma'am. So should I mail it to your personal Gmail?
Yeah. You mail it to my person and win biosym.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
good evening, ma'am. I
Yeah,
had also
Katyayani.
submitted the revised documents.
Yeah.
Should I make any further improvements?
Actually, I have seen that, but I've realized that you have not. I mean, it was not the way that I've been told. I've been telling you a couple of times, or I've been told. Um, but let's see if we can improve something. Like you have already heard from me a couple of times that what needs to be incorporated and how it needs to be presented. If you can do something and give me by tomorrow, I will evaluate by tomorrow evening.
Definitely, ma'am. I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Archit, yeah, you can go ahead. Uh, Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
I would
Archit.
like to thank the evaluation, and I tried, and I think I was not able to correctly understand what was the asked from me, so that was it.
Okay,
But
okay.
thank you so much, ma'am, and I
Have you
learned a
gone
lot
through the
during this.
comments? Have you gone
Yes,
through the
ma'am.
comments?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Regarding
okay.
the presentation, the ones with the reports. So I tried, I during this 3 weeks, I tried writing 3 times the whole the report. So I learned a lot during this time how to present or how to write. So thank you so much, ma'am, for the evaluation. And
Oh,
I'll definitely take points from this and work upon in the next future projects and all. Thank you, ma'am.
no. Thank you, Ajit, for that. And please don't take it as as something negative, or do not take it something befitting your potential. It's just that we try to keep it as honest as possible, not for our good, but for your good. And as you have read through the comments, your presentation was really good, but again, the text was not legible enough. So I could only evaluate from what I could hear. I mean, I could read, but that's not a presentation should be. And you also missed some of the major points, which is like summary and the future scope. And also, I found that you were pretty confused in the terms of in vivo and in silico. Like somehow there was a bit of confusion. So I think for that, I think you need to clarify that because I understand there are two things in a lot of papers, as you will read further in your life or any of your domain. Some studies are totally or purely in silico. I mean, they has got nothing to do with in vivo or experimental or anything. So you need to understand that differentiation and present it that way. So just
Yes,
just
ma'am.
a point of but overall it was good. But I'm sorry, this time we cannot do that, and maybe for but you are more than welcome for the next cycle of internship.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Good luck.
Yes, Nafis, you can go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Nafis.
Yes, ma'am. I went through the evaluation, and as I told you like yesterday, that I pretty
Yeah.
much understand all the points because it's me in the wrong. But I wanted to ask one journal thing, that whenever we are speaking of future scope or proceeding, what should be our approach when we read a paper? That because let's say I'm taking myself as an example in the PPT that I mentioned, that certain physiological combination and the whole metabolism should be taken in context while pitching certain thing as a natural therapy. So as per you, what should be the approach? This is what I
Yeah.
need to ask.
See, I tell you, it's not as per me, but I will tell you what is the general acceptance, or there are different ways how you can present it. See, as a writer or as an author, what needs to be incorporated in future scope, that I'll tell you first. Generally, what makes more sense is that as a writer or as an author or as a worker who's working in that particular field, you need to incorporate certain methods or certain key findings or certain probabilities that could be that you may have done already in a very preliminary level, or maybe you're planning to do those things as a part of extension of your current study. So that could be one thing as an author you can do. And as far as a person, like the task that we have given you, like you need to understand certain paper and then you have to pitch something for future scope. Like when you are incorporating something after summarizing, it is always advisable that even if you think of a future scope, it should not be pretty absurd, like it cannot be a part of your brainchild. It has to have certain certain existence or certain possibilities that maybe you have read. I'm not talking about the entire proof of concept, but but certain hints of it. So that's how you can progress, like if you are summarizing something. But if as an author you are doing it, you can also go writing, of course not very hypothetical situation, but if you think something is possible in near future, or maybe you're planning for a longer study, but you need to have certain basis for that. So that should be the idea.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you
I
very
mean,
much.
that makes more sense to the audience and to your scientific contribution as well.
Yes, ma'am. It was absurd because I was literally pitching
No, no,
the
that's
things
that's
that can be
completely
done.
fine. Yeah, that's completely fine. And I wish you all
Yes.
the best. You can join from the next
Thank you. Thank you.
for the next cycle, so that you'll be not occupied with something like
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
very,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Thank
No,
you
no, I
very much.
understand. That's not an issue. But I
Yes, ma'am.
hope you
It was
had a good
lovely to
learning.
learn from you and from Durgesh sir and Karan sir and as well. It's a
All
good
our best.
opportunity as well.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Thank you. Somebody else has raised the hand. Anisha. Okay. Anisha, you want to say? Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for the evaluation of task one, and I will try to improve. But, ma'am, I had a doubt that the last graphical abstract that I have submitted, my name was not in the promoted list. So, should I like do it again or resubmit it?
No, no, no. Your name is in the promoted list. Like, since you are already promoted, if you have not demoted or taken out, so it's that way. It's indirect way.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else has any questions?
Ma'am, can you give me uh, a brief about what I have improved from my previous? I myself Vipul.
Okay, hi Vipul. Yeah, I have evaluated yours. Uh, Just give me a second.
And also, what are the like what needs to be improved yet even after resubmission? What are some mistakes?
See, I have, if you have read through the comments, your presentation was amazing. You tried to incorporate a lot of graphics and everything, so it was good. And you have included citations as well. But to my surprise, you have included citations in presentation, but not in the document. Uh, Rest, I think you need to work. I mean, what I felt is that you need to work in your presentation skills. So I have not made it a point for anybody, or like very important point for everybody as of now, because we'll be working in that direction in the due course of time as the presentation, as the internship moves forward. But as of now, I felt it was good. But you can only improve in the directions that you need to incorporate a lot of key points in your summary that I felt was lacking. Your presentation was good. You can just improve it better and better. But summary you need to take care of.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. So I think that addresses everybody's answer, and I think Karan can take over now. Karan, over to you.
Thank you, Shivani Didi and Durgesh Bhaiya, for sharing their comments and giving their feedback. Okay, I will now move forward and then share my screen and will share my thoughts on the submissions received in domain of genome scale metabolic modeling. So please confirm whether my screen is visible. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so here, let me first go through the people that I have announced initially itself. Surati has done very well in her submission. She has scored almost full marks in her submission. And then what I admire, like Sweta has done very good in terms of submitting her like revised submission because initially her submission lacked the workflow and the understanding of the problem. She had done like what I say, like what I admire about all the interns who have submitted in this domain. They all have a pretty good like understanding of the subject. But what I do not what I criticize about it, that like few interns such as like Anchal and Ramnath, like they were slightly kind of not talking about the paper that have been given to them, like the paper that they have chosen, but they were talking some different like in their summary and in their like presentation also they were talking about something very different what the present paper is giving the idea about. So that because of that only I have given less marks to that. And what I admire about the Sweta, that she improved a lot in her resubmission, that she included the novelty statement, she like included the present like workflow. I was very much kind of disappointed on the like some of the interns, they do not understand what workflow means. Actually workflow we hear like notifying that the workflow is how the particular like how the particular kind of study have been carried forward in a pictorial representation. you could use the illustration using like once you go through the paper 2 or 3 times, then you will be able to find out how this study have been conducted. So you can visualize certain icons, certain pictorial representation, different. You could have jotted down that paper into different segments, and then you could have represented that using a kind of a workflow, like flow chart, kind of a flow chart, or you could have used the figures and then arrow bar, something like that. Some creative thinking, that what we like kind of uh, expecting from you. So only few of you were able to include this graphical representation in your report and in your presentation. This was very much important aspect to judge your submission. That is why we had given very 20 marks for this particular part. But to our utter disappointment, many of you did not include this particular thing in your report and in your PPT. Similarly, summary and conclusion is very much important to conclude your study that you are referring to, or if, because why we have selected these particular parameters that we have talked in the previous evaluation meeting also, when we gave the feedback of first submission. That time also we told that please focus on this particular parameters in your PPT and in your report. Many of you improved on including the citations in your report, and including this novelty statement of the work. But most of you lacked about the summary, giving the summary and conclusion in your report and in your PPT. It you could have just like at the end of your presentation, you could have just summarized the whole thing, whole study in few lines. That would be enough. So, but many of you have missed it, so you have not got the marks on it. But like here, Ramnath, you as I have said that your summary report lacked the conclusion and the also future development. But you were talking something else about transcriptomics, which were nowhere in the paper, like the paper. And also you missed some of the key points which have been there in the results. Like you chose GSM 1.3 paper, which was experimental paper, which was not review paper. But you talked more about the background study about it. Like I thought like you are much kind of confused about this particular study. That is why you could not able to include those points. And about Sagnik, you have done good work in presenting the slides, but while you were presenting, you did not include the keynote key results. You did not discuss the results in your slides. You missed those figures, and also you missed the gist of that paper. You chose the GAPSIC paper, I guess. Yeah, software development paper 1.6. So in that, uh, what your report lacked, that you did not discuss about the background of the other software. Okay, but still I have given uh, you marks, or like, and other interns also, because uh, and also why I have given the marks, because like uh, your presentation was nice, and in your presentation you were talking about those background study, but also, and you were talking about the novelty statement, but that was lacking in your summary report. It was not there. The workflow was totally missing, but in your PPT you included one your PPT was brief, So that was acceptable. But as we say, like your PPT should be brief, but it should not lack the important information which is must for delivering a paper or discussing a paper or discussing a study or representing your own work. It should be there. The key results or key points, key takeaway messages should be there. When there is a comparison between software, you could have included a table, but you did not include that. In that sense, 1.6 1.6 Rajarsi did very good work in that sense. Like his presentation was really nice, and also he talked about the important things. But what he missed, the like in it was a very lengthy report. When there is a paper about a software development, you could have summarized your work, your whole report in uh, three three pages are more than enough, including citation. But your report was very much lengthy, and also in-text citation were missing. So if you are discussing background of the study, you should include from where these particular lines that you are referring to are coming from the are coming into the picture. So that should be cited. That were the weak point. Then presentation was good and to the point. It was short and crisp. That I admire. And you also included the workflow. You have drawn the diagram, uh, and that is appreciable. So that is why I have given you the marks. Okay, but what we expect when you are why we have given these points, like we have jotted down these strong points and weak points, so that you can work in these things, and these things should be reflected in your projects when you will be going like when we will assign you in groups, so that you have these points and you include this in your reports and also in manuscript. Okay, so other other than that, what I would say, uh, okay, I have not given the remarks like comments on some of the like recent submission, but that I thought of discussing here as a general point. So uh, improve on this, and what I say, like as we have already announced, the people who have got less than 8 marks, because we were very lenient in like assigning the marks and evaluating you. We were not much strict because some of you have lacked at many of the points, like in presentation also, but most of your presentation were really good. So those who have got less points, we are sorry, and we wish you all the best, so that you come in the next session of the like next version of the internship with good zeal, and also the more, yeah, like these inputs might have given you the like kind of confidence how you should write report, and how should you like give your thoughts. So I will select one or two presentation from this submission, and then I will upload that in my YouTube channel. You can also share in your personal social media or in your YouTube also. So we will allot you the projects by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. The in genome-scale metabolic modeling, I would suggest you go through the Clostridial genome-scale metabolic models, as you must have, because most of the paper were related to the Clostridium genome-scale metabolic model. So you go through the softwares, and also I will provide a kind of reference material for that from where to learn. Uh, in the beginning itself, I had shared like one help help document, like in which we have given the YouTube link of Professor Karthik Aman from IIT Madras. and some of the link which some of the YouTube like playlist where they have talked about how to apply the genomical metabolic network and how to read like how to do the knock-in analysis, knockout analysis. So we will assign you project based on that. So all, to all the selected interns, I wish you all the best for your upcoming task, and those who were not able to make it, so no issue. You take these points and then improve in your next assignment, such as like in your life, whatever you will be working on, either be it the BTech project, MTech project, or anything, whatever you are working on. So take these points and improve yourself. Do good and learn better in your academics. Okay, so is anyone having doubt in genomical metabolic modeling? Ramanath, you have raised your hand.
Yes, sir. So thank you for giving the opportunity, sir. So the I mean, what I did was basically I have reviewed papers regarding prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So I gave a very like whatever I've understood based on that, and what are the different, like most of them have been review articles, right? So I give my understanding based on like the approach and like what all possible approaches can be applied. So what I found out there was that transcriptomics must be like most of them have neglected, but according to me, I feel that transcriptomics is one of the important things that we should focus on while dealing with. I mean, not with prokaryotes, but I think so with eukaryotes. So that is why I gave my point of view in that perspective. So.
Yes, that is very good observation from the papers that you have read. But when you are selecting a certain paper, then you should that transcriptomics things you could have given that in the future scope or improvements in the study. That suggestion you could have given. But when you are summarizing a paper, then you should talk about the results of that paper and you should talk about the methodology that they have given, like methodology they have followed to achieve those results and justifying that particular hypothesis that they have formulated during their what like during their hypothesis formulation, and how their results justified those hypotheses, whether either it is contradicting or either it is like justifying it properly, and the results are in favor or in against. So those critical assessment should be there in your summary when you are reading the papers from different to like different topics. That is for your understanding of that particular subject. Okay, that is very nice that you have read other papers than this particular assigned paper. But those conclusion or those observation you could have given that in your future prospects to improve that particular study, not writing the entire summary or giving the presentation on that on those papers, right? That is what I also mentioned in my like first comments when I gave like first task evaluation and I asked for the revised submission, but your revised submission also lacked the same thing. Similarly, it goes with the DISA. DISA also, like what I feel, your presentation was good, but when I compared both of the like your revised version of report and revised version of presentation, there was no significant difference. You you did not took you did not take that comment
Sir,
seriously. Yes,
sir, but
yes.
I submitted a recent modification where I had included the future scope and I had included workflow and everything.
Yeah, that let me go through that.
I had mailed it to you.
Yeah, I checked that mail, but I think you have submitted the previous thing itself, because I
No,
when I
sir. It
compare.
was a revised version.
Let me check.
Like I have actually I have made 3 submissions in total. The one was at the very beginning, which was before the initial meeting. The second one was the initial one where you had given the marks of 5.4, and again I submitted again, like this recent one.
Yeah, this is your, the email one is your recent version of the submission, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. When I compared this with the previous submission, I think you have submitted the old report itself. There is no
No,
graphical.
sir. I made the changes also. Like I've.
See, I'm showing the report.
Oh, this is not the one which I have
Because
submitted.
you have,
Oh,
you
I
have
attached the wrong report. Okay.
yes, because I got
Yes,
this
it's my
report from you,
bad.
so I will, and also you did not in the in that comment itself I had mentioned that include more references and relevant references, but the references were also the same. And what I suggest, like what I observed from some of the interns, that they did not refer any other paper than the paper they have selected, which is not appreciable, because their reference manual sheet was totally blank. Reading only one paper does not justify that you have understood the area very apt, like very aptly. So in that sense, I think some of you need to read more and more, because this particular domain is very new and very crucial to understand if you want to pursue career in this domain. So you need to read more and more. So Disha, if you have like attached the wrong report, you submit your recent version of the report by tonight. I will be evaluating that by tomorrow afternoon. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
so one more thing, like it was very difficult to, summarize only one paper. I mean, what I felt was that giving a summary report of only one paper, I would have had to include a lot of I mean, copy and I mean, literally the same concept, right? So that's why I explored different, different domains, different species, and maybe that's why I wasn't able to talk about the one paper in again in this constraint. Like there was a constraint, right?
I
So
Yeah,
understand your.
uh,
Yes.
just to explain you a bit. See, there is a difference. Like when you summarize a document, as we have asked you, you need to you need to restrict yourself to explaining and understanding the concept that there are there in the paper. But for your own understanding, it is not possible that you will read a paper and you will understand. So you're pretty right that to understand of your own understanding and building up that concept, if you're new to that area, you need to read a lot of papers. So that is why we asked for a reference sheet where you can incorporate as many as papers you have referred to. Okay. And as far as summarizing is concerned, you you need to restrict, or just stay to the concepts and the facts that they are already in the paper, but in your own language, in your own way. So that was the whole idea of the activity.
but like it's like, but this domain has opened eyes for me, like, and I have explored a lot, but it was very difficult to summarize one paper and like make a report out of it, according to me, because I've never made a summary report of only one paper. Like review, I mean, I
No,
felt like it was,
I are confused with.
sorry.
Yeah. Ramana, sorry to interrupt you. I
Yes.
guess you are confused with review report and summary report. Summary is the like summarizing a particular paper, but what you are talking about is the like taking the ideas from different papers and writing a review report. Review report is different thing.
No, so
You were not asked. To write.
according to the like
Yes.
parameters that we were asked to focus on, it felt more like a review report for me, according to me. Like, what are the future prospect for, and like making a future prospect out of only one paper, it was difficult for me. So I gave a
No, no, no.
very
Actually, Ramnath, what Karan is trying to tell you is that only you are not understanding the very fundamental of a review report or a review article per se, if that is there in your mind, or and a summary report that we have asked you. That there is a little glitch in the understanding. You are right that you cannot write something future scope like reading one paper, and I've already explained you that for writing something you need to read a lot. So if you're talking about future scope, as I've mentioned, I don't know whom I've explained. I think I've explained it to Vipul, I guess, what needs to be incorporated for future scope and something. So I would like to repeat that again, that for writing a future scope as an author, you might refer or you might extend as a part of your own current study or current article or a current work. But as a reader or as somebody who's making a summary out of it, you need to refer to many papers, but then need to be like on the lines of what you have read. So I hope that makes a difference and a little bit more clarity.
yes, ma'am. But it I mean it I did like work on it a lot, but like it felt like I was like holding my potential to grasp all the, I mean, making a summary report out of one paper was like I was holding back exploring more and more papers. So that is what I felt. But it's a very good uh, topic, sir. I really appreciate you for introducing me to that. To that.
Okay, thank you, Ramanath. Yeah, sorry to like I could not able to promote you because you could not.
No, it's fine. I just like if I'm working on a project similar to this, and
Yes.
if I have if I have doubts, can I contact you?
Yeah, sure, sure. Anytime, no
Because
problem.
like
Yeah.
I'm more interested in plants than in bacterium. So like I will have a lot of doubts. I already do have a lot of doubts.
Sure,
So
sure.
is it okay if
You
I
can.
keep
Mhm.
connections with
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure. No, no problem at all.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Divya, you have any doubt?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else in the genomics, like genomic skill metal modeling domain, have any doubt? Or in any general domain, domain 1, domain 2, domain 3? If anyone have doubt, we are here to resolve those doubts.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, yes, Vignesh. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I have submitted my report to your email, sir.
Okay, Vignesh, which is your selected domain?
So, genome scale metabolic modeling.
Genome skill metabolic modeling. Okay, okay, I could not, yeah, I did not evaluate your, okay, I will evaluate it by tomorrow. Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
Because
okay, sir. Thank
that's in
you for
email,
the
so I forgot to check that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, anyone else? Okay, yes. Okay, about graphical abstract, I guess Shivani Didi have talked lot about it, like how it should look like. What I felt like not only in my domain that I received the graphical abstract, also in like Shivani Didi's domain. What I felt while looking at the graphical abstract that most of you are confused with poster and graphical abstract. Graphical abstracts are not poster. There is a big difference between the poster and graphical abstract. In graphical abstract, you need not to put the title of your paper. It is not required. In most of the graphical abstract, you have written the title of the paper and then results, methodology, then kind of things, introduction. So these things are not required in a graphical abstract. Didi has already shared a lot of thing about in the graphical abstract channel on Slack, the key points on it. But unfortunately, you people missed those points and then created something different out of it. So I hope the Shivani Didi has delivered today also about it, how to write a graph, how to draw a graphical abstract, what key information it is needed to be included in the graphical abstract. So because why we asked the submission in that area, in that particular area, because it is much needed when you are submitting your paper in journal. Nowadays, all of the journal ask graphical abstract because the first thing the people will look at the graphical abstract and then they will see how they will have a kind of an idea what the things what the key information this particular research paper or review paper is contributing to the scientific domain. So that should be first thing coming out of your graphical abstract, the key novelty things. Okay. You can also include the methodology, but only those methodology which are very much essential to explain your study. Not curating curating of a data and then conducting a very traditional experiment. You could focus only those important things which makes your paper different than makes your paper different than other papers. Okay, so these things you should include in in your graphical abstract. And normally graphical abstracts are published in 3 into 4, less than that dimension, 3 centimeter into 4 centimeter. So within that area, you need to target much of the information. So you need your information should be very crisp. Your information should be very clear. It should not look clumsy, and your if you are using legends in your figure in your graphical abstract, it should be kind of a readable font, not very fancy font or not very small fonts. It should not look like the kind of a poster. Posters are different and graphicals are abstract are different. Okay, so as per the submissions, because graphical abstract were only asked for those students who were above 8.5, so obviously they are promoted. But we have given the feedbacks on graphical abstract submission also. So take those points and improve your skills in designing the graphical abstract, and so that it will be helpful for you in future also, while when you are writing your manuscript in this internship also, and in other like your future uh, opportunity whatever you grasp, in your PhD career or in your master's thesis report, where when you are writing the manuscript. So that concludes our feedback and evaluation. So if anyone have doubt, they can unmute themselves.
Sir, can you share the feedback form and evaluation Excel after
Okay.
second?
Sure. After this meeting, the thing that I have shared previously for all the interns, that feedback doc I will share for everyone. They have submitted in the genomic scale metabolic domain. So they will be given the feedback, like detailed feedback about the strong points and weak points in their submission. So it okay? Yeah.
And one more thing, sir. Can you make it clear who are promoted and who were evicted? mention the names who are evicted and mention the names who are promoted, like in
So,
the part.
as we have declared that the people who have got marks more than 8 are promoted. So in the Excel sheets, whoever have got marks more than 8 or 8, they are promoted to the project, and the who have got less than 8 marks, they are evicted from this internship. Initially,
Okay.
initially we had thought to keep the marks standard of the marks more than like 80%, but now we have uh, brought it down, and it is 60%. So when you are checking the results, do check the recent version, because the Excel sheet might have the both evaluations, your previous submission and your new submission. So your evaluations will be like your promotion is based on your recent submission. Okay, do not confuse with your old submission.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So are there any other doubts related to? Yeah.
Karan, 1 second. Joita, I have a question to you. Have you submitted graphical abstract as well?
No, ma'am, I haven't. So, because it was told that the students who got marks more than 8.5, less than 8.5, I guess they have to. So, I didn't know my marks, so I couldn't submit the
But
graphical
then
abstract.
you didn't even contact that you didn't get any marks or scoring by now. Why so?
Ma'am, 1 second, I couldn't hear.
I'm saying that you didn't even contact any of us regarding your evaluation till now. Haven't
I
you
was a
checked
bit
or something?
confused.
Hello?
No, I checked the Excel sheet, but before. Hello, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, it was little cracky. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, previously I was a bit confused about as I have submitted it a bit late. So I was thinking that when the results are going to be out for the late submitted students. So that's why I was waiting for a bit. And I have
Okay,
asked in the group about the graphical abstract submission. So then I
actually,
got it.
I think you
Yeah,
need
ma'am.
to submit the graphical abstract because I'm sorry to say, but your PPT was not at all considerable. Like I've given the evaluation, you must see that later.
Okay.
Okay, fine. You can text me and we'll talk about it later. Now we can
Okay.
conclude.
Okay, ma'am.
Karan, we may conclude, I guess. Nobody has any
Yeah.
questions.
Yes. Yes.
Durgesh.
So by this, Durgesh Bhaiya,
Yeah,
Nothing
he's
more
there.
you
input
have
from
any?
my side. Nothing more input from my side.
Okay. Okay, then we thank everyone for joining this. And for those who were not able to make to the next stage, so we wish you all the very best in your upcoming task, in your upcoming assignments that you might be getting in your career. And do contact us if you need any help, okay, in your career. So we will be happy to help you. And thank you so much. So we will also upload this evaluation sheet on on the YouTube channel. And thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. I hope our evaluation feedback helped you a bit in your career. Have a good night and happy learning.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Good night. Bye.